Wasn't into like 8-year-olds, but he liked the very young teen types. There's a difference between a 15-year-old and a 5-year-old. You know, it's just whatever. It's sick.
Megyn Kelly, can you explain to me, please, very detailedly, what is the difference between an 8-year-old and a 15-year-old when it comes to pedophile activities? I would like you to give me a detailed account of it. I would like us to have a detailed account so that I can actually relieve myself of the stress and anger and pain and complete disappointment, disgust, and everything I'm feeling right now, girl. Because, ooh, oh Lord. When we have women out here defending PDF files, that is why they are rampant, still thriving in society. One is in the White House of the United States of America. I don't care what you want to say. He is there.
The very young teen types that could pass for even younger than they were, but would look legal to a passerby. And
Megyn Kelly, so a child that looks young but looks not old enough to a passerby. You have known this for years. You've known this for years that Epstein was into kids like that. It's kids, okay? You can fix your mouth on that platform you have with the microphone you're holding and call them girls. They are kids, okay? I'm sure you are old enough to know they're actually your grandkids. But you know, what am I talking about? Shame be damned. Morals and scruples be damned, because we have a woman who is willing to sell those morals and scruples when a dime drops into her account. You are a shameless pedophile apologist, Megyn Kelly. Shame on you. If you had a daughter, is that what you allow them to go through? And you come and sit, look at them in the eye and call them girls because they were 15 and passing by as, oh, God. I'm serious. I will not be one to go to jail for anything in the world, but this is a case I am likely to go to jail for. If you ever heard I'm in jail, it is because someone played with a kid and I saw it. Okay? I'm in jail. I'll be locked up because I did something to that person that maybe I shouldn't have done. Okay? I will lose my every mental capacity to think straight as soon as I see it. That is why women like Megyn Kelly, who shamefully sits there, she has known for years that Epstein was that kind of person. But do you know what she sat on herself and was doing? She was making excuses for it. They are 15. Megyn Kelly, a 15-year-old, is illegal, even in Africa. Even in Africa, a 15-year-old is not legal. So I don't know where in your mind you make those calculations to call a 15-year-old. Oh, Lord, I need help.
That is what I believed, and that was what I reliably was told for many years. And it wasn't until we heard from Pam Bondi that they had tens of thousands of videos of alleged, forgive me, they used to call it kiddie porn, now they call it child sexual abuse material, on his computer, that for the first time I thought, oh, no, he was an actual pedophile. I mean, only a pedophile gets off on...
Megyn Kelly, so you heard before that he was into 15-year-olds, an adult man of above 40 was into 15-year-olds. That was not a red flag for you. You still supported even Donald Trump, who is friends with him. You had no problems with it. And you saw it as it was not a bad thing. Yeah, you saw him being into 15-year-olds who were passing as adults but look young enough. Megyn Kelly, the fact that you are analyzing it that way should have told you to shut the fuck up and know that you are talking about a PDF file, a pedophile. That is exactly what that should have told you. But no, you made it up in your mind, adjusted what it meant for you, and you sold it to yourself. And you even had the effrontery to pick up a microphone and sell it to the world. What woman sits with a microphone and addresses issues like that in that manner? You call a pedophile. A pedophile's tendencies, you address it as you didn't think they were pedophile tendencies. You thought he was just into younger girls. What adult man should be into younger girls of 15-year-old? Megyn Kelly, can you ever answer that question with a straight face? Because you have been bought, your conscience has been bought and sold. Jesus Christ. I made a video which is about to drop this evening saying that Megyn Kelly is a coward. But this is one thing I'm seeing again. The more I hear this woman talk on issues, the more I realize she's not only a coward, she has sold her conscience, her soul to the devil. She is evil as they come. As evil as they come. I don't respect people like this. It doesn't matter who you are. That is why I keep saying this and I'll keep saying it. I will never respect Trump as a president. He is in the Epstein files. You guys can go up, justify what you want to justify. It doesn't matter. This man has been a creep for a long time. You had to grab them but you guys still voted for him for a first term. You had all the women who came out with accusations. You still voted for him because it doesn't matter. What I've seen is that in America, it doesn't matter someone's sexual misconduct, sexual behavior, disturbing behavior doesn't push you guys at all. No, it doesn't scare you, it doesn't deter you. You actually run towards it. You elect pedophiles and weird individuals and you put in your White Houses. And that is why someone who was a trafficking person was able to go scot-free for decades and still went without punishment because whatever that was not him getting punishment. And his accomplice, do you know where his accomplice is? His accomplice is in a clubhouse kind of prison. She's having breakfast being served to her because she's having a good time of her life. You know, crime pays, especially when you are trafficking people's kids around the world. Yeah, it pays. And that is where it pays in America because you will not only get all the advantages you want, you will enjoy a soft life. Why is she even bothering? She doesn't have to stress. She doesn't have to pay rent. She gets to live in a clubhouse. Yeah, that's where what's her name? Maxwell or whatever the name is. Okay, she lives in a clubhouse where she has pet allowances or what is it? They give her pets to play with. She lives a luxury lifestyle. Okay. She doesn't even need to bother. So why would anybody think twice about committing crimes when you have journalists or whatever who are former lawyers sitting on a platform? You were a lawyer, but you don't know the difference between a minor. You don't know the difference. You are calling a 15-year-old barely legal, and you were a lawyer. Okay, lady. I see where your morals and scruples were. It took you hearing that he was watching Kiddie, PORN, for you to accept that he is. Lady, let me tell you the truth. Your morals and scruples are in the toilet. They were drained, flushed, and thrown away decades ago. No conscience. You sold it.
Young children abuse videos. She's never clarified it. I don't know whether it's true. I have to be honest. I don't really trust Pam Bondi's word on the Epstein matters anymore.
Or anything else.
Yeah, so I don't know what's true about him.
Do you hear how they are discussing this? They are discussing this as it is some love affair they discovered in the hills, in the Hampton Hills, of somebody looking at another person's friend, of somebody picking up another person's rose from the garden. That's how they are discussing it. But these ladies, the way they are talking, you could think they are just discussing another neighbor picking up another neighbor's rose garden, of an affair of a missing tennis ball in the Hamptons. But they are discussing a pedophile's activities, which they are downplaying actively. That is what they are discussing. Ooh, my God. Some people are what? Demonic. Some people are what? Ooh, my God. Megyn Kelly, you are not only a coward, you are a demon. You are justifying a pedophile's activities. And the reason she's doing this is because she knows that it is linked to a couple of people that probably she is friends with. Because that's the only reason. What is the reason for you downplaying a pedophile's activities? Because you might be involved in some way or range of it. Because what is the reason? It's the same thing Trump does, saying, are we still talking about the Epstein files? The only reason he's saying that is because if you dig deep, he is inside the Epstein files. The Epstein file is being released now. After all their maneuvering to avoid it from being released, it's been dropped little bit by little bit. And we are seeing the degradable character we are talking about in the White House. We are seeing the moral scruples of America on Front Street. It is really deplorable. It's deplorable. And you see two ladies sit on a podcast with microphones, makeup, and filters like she likes, because Megyn Kelly thinks that before you talk to people on the internet, you should have a filter on, do your makeup, and look proper. You should look proper so that you can talk shit. That's what she believes in. You should look proper so you can talk shit. She sits on a podcast and she talks shit. It's unbelievable. Megyn Kelly, you are disgusting. You are a disgusting woman for even looking for a way to maneuver your way or words into making something this sick and depraved to look light. It's the same reason I don't trust or respect Candace Owens anymore, because she sat on a podcast and she backed up someone who is being accused of crimes and took one of the victims who was a minor when it happened to them. And she was there sitting there making light of the situation and even defending Andrew Tate. She did everything, defended even a sex convicted person. She defended that person over a minor. It doesn't matter. As long as she's willing to defend Andrew Tate, she would defend anything, defend even a sex offender who is convicted of the crime, rather than tell the truth, which is this. This person is a depraved person. I might not know the details or how deep or how bad it is, but this person needs to be investigated, and let's get the full result of that investigation on Front Street. No. We have these women sitting here giggling as if they are talking about a missing tennis ball. Meanwhile, they're talking about people's children who went through all of that. Megyn Kelly, if you had a daughter, 15-year-old, and you had a 50 to 60-year-old man trying to play around her, is that a topic you'll be having that discussion with that demeanor or that I've totally lost my marbles this day. I've totally lost all my senses. I've completely lost all my senses looking at these women. Jesus Christ. What kind of world are we living in? A world where women are supporting pedophiles. Pedophiles are put on Front Street. I have men actually out here in these streets. Men are out here in these streets condemning Epstein's actions. And Megyn Kelly sits with a microphone and she says that, oh, he was into 15-year-olds. 15-year-olds is barely legal in your mind. Then when you saw the kiddie porn, that is when you thought that, oh, this man is actually a pedophile. So you knew for years. I am asking Don Lennon to please come out and tell us fully what he meant by your husband is constantly looking at his husband. We still want to know the full details of that story, because there is more to it. There is more to it. And we would like to know the full extent of it, because we would like to know how shameless, how bad your life has to be for you to sit there and defend a pedophile. It has to be very bad and dark from where you're coming from. It is unbelievable. Two women sit there and laughing like that.